and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are the SBTV Nation. And what's up? It's Monday. Let's go. Monday morning quarterbacks in the house. You got me and my boy Hatter on the other end. What's happening, player?
Yo, man, what is going on, brother? Feeling pretty good after yesterday's events.
Son, I started out with the dustiest start yesterday as I got involved with that Viking game. Talk about wanting to just blow the basement up and beat my kids about what. I was irate about that game.
You got involved with Teddy Bridge?
More like Teddy Ruxpin.
Oh,
I was
no, kid.
They were absolutely horrible. Son, listen, the NFL, man, it's just, dude, the NFL is a mess, man. You know what? I got to be honest with you, dude. I really think I enjoyed college this year more than the NFL.
You think so, huh?
Dude, the NFL, like right now for me on a Sunday, like I see so much sloppiness, so many mistakes, so much just bad football that I almost am like not even feeling it.
I don't know, man. You know, I've always told you that I enjoyed college better.
You did.
I really love college football. I don't know what it is. It just seems like, you know, with professional athletes, it's like they already got their money. Yep. So, you know what I mean? There's times where they could take a game or two off.
Dude, it's like there's no – and that's one of my biggest issues, especially when it comes to the New York Giants.
Oh, my God.
They have, like, no emotion.
None.
You know what I'm saying? It's like okay, we fumbled.
Yep.
You know, okay, we scored a touchdown. Oh, okay, we threw an interception.
Yes.
Okay, we lost the game.
Lost the game.
I mean, you know, it's just like there's no emotion over there. I mean, unfortunately, the oldest guy in the field, which is Uncle Tom Coughlin, he's like the only one over there popping gum 100 miles an hour mad the whole game.
That's your boy over there, man.
At your boy.
I can't believe that they lost that game. We're going to do Monday Morning Quarterback, guys. We are live on Twitter right now at SBTV Nation, and looking forward to eventually bringing this show to video, man. We're almost there, man. It's just that's definitely a work in process.
I don't know y'all want to see my ugly face in the morning, especially when I'm fired up on a day like today. I got a lot of energy going on. I'm jumping around. I got the tank top popping because I'm going to go to the gym afterwards. You're going to be like, yo, where's the dream at?
I know, and then in the meantime, you got me over here with a hoodie on looking like hell because I haven't been able to get my hair cut yet, man. So, hey, I couldn't do the video quite yet. You know what I'm saying? But looking forward to getting it popping and ready to rock.
Son, you know what? I got the ball ahead now, right? I cut my hair all off because I had just enough.
Looks good, man. Looks good.
I hate it, but whatever. But anyway, my point is, it's more work keeping my head bald.
For real?
Yeah, because like I didn't lose all my hair, so the other hairs are still growing.
Oh, God.
And it's like a pain. I'm like, yo, I have to shave my head every other day. Like I got a haircut once a week or once every 2 weeks. You know, 10 days you'll spread it out sometimes.
Yep.
Dude, now I gotta shave my head like every other day. It's like a pain in the neck.
You gotta get the head blade, man.
I got the head blade and it's dusty.
Is it really? Doesn't work?
Yeah, no, no.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, regular razor is the bomb. Trust me. I went and bought every I'm a big product guy. I went and bought every product known to me, and so I was gonna have my head dead right, and in the end, I'm just back to regular old what I was shaving my face with.
Why don't you go to like Sonomed Spa or something like that? Get electrolysis on your brain.
Yeah. No, I don't want to do that in case I ever come up with the money to get a hair transplant.
You know, that's a really good subject. I'm glad you brought that up, man. Because I'm trying, you know, I think this is gonna lead to some crazy stuff. But I'm looking at this, and you know what, my head too, man. You know, I'm not blessed with the hairline I used to have when I was 18 years old.
I hear you.
You know, kind of.
You should not Perry Ellis in it though, play. You know what I'm saying? Perry Ellis is 18 years old with your hairline.
I know. Well, you know what? It's like, all right, so you've got these different things where they actually cut, like, the back of your head and, like, take a layer of skin that has hair on it and plant it in the front. Or you could do it where they pick it out of the back of your head and plant it in the front. Or there's these people that just have, you know, like, weaves, like, sewn in and stuff like that. I don't know what I would want to do in that particular situation.
I think I would want them to take, like, my nose hair, because I noticed. Son, my nose hairs be growing like crazy, y'all.
Oh, I know. The hair inside the ear,
like,
the hair in the back.
Yo, could you shop? Like, damn. Like, what is going on with my nose? Whatever the atmosphere is in there, definitely They should study that because it'll definitely have hair growth at a max. I haven't gotten the ear hair yet, which I'm hoping that I can avoid.
Brutal.
But the nose hair been kind of crazy.
I know, man. Hey, maybe it stops growing on top of your brain and starts growing in other places. You know what I'm saying?
Son, I'm telling you. But anyway, let's get back to.
We got to get back to this, man. We got to have a conversation about the Monday morning quarterback because definitely a lot of sloppy play yesterday, man.
Son, it is like Slop City in the NFL. I'm gonna just call it SOS.
Yes.
SOC, Slop City.
Right. Definitely, man. I'm looking at this and a lot of stuff that we talked about as far as things to look for all came to form yesterday, man.
No doubt.
Like
Rivers not scoring.
Yeah.
We talk about that regularly.
Yeah. Let's start off with the battle in New York, man. The Jets emerged 23-20 over the New York Giants in overtime, and the Giants were up 20-3 in this game. Actually, 20-10 in this game. My bad. Let the Jets score 10 points unanswered in the fourth quarter, and they scored nothing and lost the game 23-20. The Jets scored a field goal during overtime, and then the Giants missed the field goal to tie it and go into a sudden death overtime. Ryan Fitzpatrick, 36 for 50, 390 yards with 2 touchdowns, man. Odell Beckham, your boy, 6 receptions, 149 yards, 1 touchdown, man. Talk to me about Uncle Tom, kid.
6 receptions, but 11 targets. ODB dropped 5 with his dopeness, okay? Dropped 5 balls,
one right in the end zone, too.
Including a touchdown.
Yep.
Then wanted to kick the ball in overtime and get himself a penalty.
That was the dumbest thing. One of the dumbest things I've ever seen in football.
No, because he's dope. No. But all we talk about was because he made one-handed catch during the game, and he's dope. On the other side, Brandon Marshall went 12 for 13 with a touchdown and 130 yards, but we don't even mention him because ODB is the bomb, and he made the one-handed catch. Because people love the flashy ball hog star stuff. So that's why you guys empower that type of activity.
My man Sin City Maverick is on here. What's going on, buddy? Good morning to you. Saying this is the best podcast, period. I love it.
Well, I know one thing. It is the most exciting. I know the energy level that comes through in this podcast at the time that we go on. Very few are matching that on podcast, radio, anywhere.
Definitely. That's why Ralph Cooper loves us so much, man.
Because I wake up in the morning on that amp.
I know, man. And
once I had the plug charged in me all night. Plus, yesterday just was it was a good day. It was a good day of football, but a frustrating day as well. The 1 o'clocks went very frustrating for me.
I can't believe you got involved with Teddy Bridge, man.
Son, no. Okay, check this out. I'm going to give you Teddy Bridge with 13.5 points. You feel like that's going bomb?
Yeah, that should have been good.
Okay, guys, that's why I had to explain myself to a couple people who gave me some question marks about it. I said, wait, hold the phone a minute. Yes. Teddy Bridgewater was home. I had him with 13.5 points playing the Seattle team who's playing on the road traveling, okay? All right, and the Vikings been playing well. I expected them to just stay in the game, not necessarily win, but stay in the game.
I completely concur with you, brother. So, unfortunately, that's how that went, man. Let's just go right over to that game. The Seattle Seahawks, 38-7 over the hapless Minnesota Vikings yesterday in their building, man. 8-4 they are now, and now they are actually, they're tied with the Green Bay Packers, but the Green Bay Packers have the lead in that division because they beat them head-to-head, man. And Seattle Seahawks, 7-5.
Dude, I have told you that the Seattle Seahawks are still one of the scariest teams left hovering around.
Okay.
All right, and I know that we haven't been impressed with I've bought into what you said as far as them not being who they used to be, and I definitely agree with that 100%. But you still have to be cognizant of who they are, their experience, and what they have now. Seattle is not in the same. They're not in the same division as the Green Bay, though.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So when you said they were tied, what were you talking about?
I'm talking about Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota for the wild card spot.
Yeah, in the NFC North. Minnesota and Green Bay have the same record.
Okay,
Green Biscuit has the tiebreaker over them because they beat them head to head.
Oh, gotcha. But that what you mean for the wild card spot?
No, for the division.
No, they're not. Seattle's not in their division.
Seattle and Arizona are in the same division. Green Bay and Minnesota are in their own division.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you got the NFC North and the NFC West, I believe. So,
right.
I mean, when you take a look at it, man, hey, if Minnesota keeps performing like this in big spots, then they're just going to be like, Mr. Denny Green says, they were who we thought they were, bro.
I still think that Minnesota's a good team. They have lapses, but I don't think I still don't think, though, that they're all that much better, obviously, than Seattle. And I'm not just going to base that on just because they played and they roughed them up this game. I would expect if they met again, it would be a little bit different. But I just have them, like, right under where Seattle is in my mind as far as being a good team. And, somebody did mention to me, I believe it was, I'm trying to remember, and I'm sorry, but it was mentioned that Minnesota has become one-dimensional with mostly just trying to run the ball with Adrian Peterson. So if you can stop down Adrian Peterson, if you can shut him down, Tiger Cinch talked about that.
Okay.
Tiger Clinch, I'm sorry, talked about that. And he said if you can shut that down, and he has some point in that, but I did feel that Minnesota is not that one-dimensional. I felt that Teddy Bridgewater has been throwing the ball, but I do know that they rely heavily on the run, so I do get what he was talking about. But plus 13.5 at home, and you're one of the division leaders, I think you should have been a little bit more competitive than that.
Speaking of a division leader, how about the Arizona Cardinals, who went into the St. Lucia Rams and laid the smackdown on them, 27-3, man. Cardinals are 10-2, and the Rams are 4-8.
But the Rams the Rams, it looks like, are a wrap.
I think so.
You know what I'm saying? It looks like they don't buy into Fishbone no more. Yeah. They're sick of the media. They basically had enough of the season. They're sick of the scrutiny. Just too much is going wrong. So they're like, all right, look, we're good.
I feel you. Was Fishbone doing any post-game interviews like last week or not? I
didn't catch him this week in any post-game interview because I didn't see anything that he had, but I don't know. They posted his post game on last week's Sunday night game, and that's why I saw it.
Gotcha. All right, man. And looking at this, the Atlanta Falcons dream have lost 5 consecutive games, man. And they are now 6-6 after starting 5-0 and lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 23-19.
And they got played, another team that got played with end-of-the-game management. They got hit up on that last drive by Tampa Bay. They had them in like a third or a fourth and like 15 or 30, some big yardage play that they let Winston scramble for it, and they had him almost down, and he bounced up off the pile and ran for the first down, which was crazy. Their defense completely collapsed at the end of that game. Atlanta, you know what? It would be nice for them to do us a favor and not really show up in the playoffs anyway this year. It would be.
I don't know if that's a favor or a good thing, man, because then you just bet against them.
No, well, yeah, that too, but I just don't want to see them in there because they still have. They're another one of those teams, kind of like the Eagles, with that. They got the best wide receiver in. If you ask me, Julio Jones right now to me is the best wide receiver in the game. So they got Julio Jones, and their running back is still dope. And Matt Ryan can show you pieces of being good. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just he can't consistently throughout the whole game show you pieces of being good.
Pieces of being good, dude.
Pieces of it.
I know, and every time I looked at it, I was catching some of the red zone and stuff like that. Atlanta was in the red zone quite a bit, as usual.
Yep.
And just can't get the job done, man.
Nope.
Unbelievable. Always kicking field goals, not getting touchdowns. And you know what? That is why this team is losing, man. Between the turnovers and just the bad red zone play and all that, I mean, you're never going to win football games that way, brother.
No, you're not.
It's just not going to happen, man. So looking at this, let's just see what else we had. Hey, we talked about Fat Rex and the Buffalo Bills, brother.
Yes, I like it was more of a dogfight than I thought. But you know what? The one thing I do need to do, though, man, I got to stop hearing about J.J. Watt.
Oh, that's your boy.
Oh, and I hate to be racist, but.
Here we go.
But. I ain't even gonna go there. I'm not gonna throw the race card out there.
You're not a racist. You are.
I know I'm not a racist at all, but I know I make a lot of racist statements, so people can misconstrue some of my statements as me being racist. But I am the furthest thing from a racist. But having being an African American, spending so much time around white America, I formulated my own interesting catch on the world, or how white America thinks. But I'm like had enough of hearing about J.J. Watt that I have had. But the Bills got their thing done. Tyrod Taylor played very, very well in this game. It was a dogfight game. Actually, kind of pretty exciting. This game was back and forth. The Bills came out pretty hard in the beginning, but the Texans matched it with the energy. One thing about this game that I did see, DeAndre Hopkins got away with a blatant push off in the end zone. Dude, 2 hands push off in the end zone for a touchdown, and they completely called nothing. And it was as blatant as it comes.
I saw a lot of that yesterday.
Yeah, it was as blatant as it comes, the push off. Dude, the officiating in the NFL, and I'm usually not a guy to complain about the officiating, but the level of inconsistency and wrong calls this season, even including with video being involved, is just at an all-time high. They really have to do something in the offseason to deal with this, to deal with the officiating. They really do.
What do you recommend? Like doing some replay on penalties and stuff?
Dude,
like that?
The first thing that they were talking about is the NFL refs are not full-time still.
Okay.
So the first idea is to maybe hire full-time refs. All right. The second idea for me is, I don't know if you ever noticed this. Have you noticed the average age of an NFL ref?
Oh, they're up there.
They're up there.
They're all up, but they're
the average age of an NFL player?
Yeah, definitely.
How about not having a 60-year-old ref trying to run up and down the field and keep up with the game? Not saying that he can't, but I'm just saying, how about we get like a little younger crew of refs in there, and we hire some refs full time. I mean, the NFL, while it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, they still got like some cheap stuff in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever wondered? Think about this for a second.
Yep.
The flags.
Okay.
Like, they take a piece of cloth filled with like beans or whatever it is, and they throw a piece of cloth at people to call a flag. The chains. Like, why are they still using chains to do the down and distance? Like, that's like so medievalish and stuff. Bring out the chains.
Yeah, they had something that they were trying to enact one year. I'll never forget this. It was like 2 years ago, where it was like lasers.
Okay.
And it was showing where the first down was and stuff like that. And on the lasers, you were actually they were actually allowing people to do sponsorships on the lasers.
Okay.
But I don't know what ended up happening with that, man. It just seemed like
some of the stuff that they do is so archaic. Didn't they give the challenge? How come they couldn't come up with the challenge flag? We're gonna give you a red flag to challenge a play. Throw it out on the field. Remember Uncle Tom lost his, had it in his shoe, couldn't find it.
Yeah. Right.
Like, you couldn't come up with a better system than that.
What do you recommend, though? What do you know what I'm saying? What do you recommend?
They should have a button that they would press like right on their like I don't know, like a beeper or something.
A beeper.
You know what I mean? You just hit it. They got to do something with the referee. And the reason it's a mess too is because I love when the television show goes to like the dusty guy that used to be a ref and is sitting around like either Mike Carey or that Pereira guy.
Yeah.
Or the Baldino,
and then they get it completely wrong all the time.
And they get it completely wrong.
He's like, oh, well, in my opinion, that's a catch. And then they come out and say incomplete.
And they go, the ruling on the field is upheld.
That's crazy.
They got to get in there and really do something with that. It's a mess. It looks silly, and they are making fools out of themselves with it.
100%. I mean, hey, I don't know exactly what to do, but yeah, maybe to change it up just a touch. You know what I'm saying? So let's just see what else we had go down yesterday. We talked about the Bills and Fat Rex making it work, and the Miami Dolphins got the job done yesterday too, Dream. In a very, very, very ugly fashion, by the way. This team, I don't know what the hell's going on with them, man. I mean, just could not move the ball up and down the field. I mean, they only scored one offensive touchdown, man. The other touchdown was done by pick six.
Tanny.
Let's see what Tanny had for numbers yesterday, man, because I know it was not that good. Let's see. 9 for 19. 86 yards, brother. One touchdown, no interceptions, with a passer rating of 78.0. And Matt Schwab had 308 yards compared to Tannehill's. So Matt Schwab had almost 4 times the amount of yards that Tannehill had, brother.
So, and as Dr. Dan alluded to, the Ravens are going to drop Flacco and sign Matt Schwab to a long-time contract.
They're going to cut him. The
Doc
evil genius.
Dizzle!
The evil genius. He comes on the weekends, guys. In case you're just tuning in, this is myself in the dream right now, and Dr. Dan joins us on the weekends, and that's who we're talking about, a.k.a. Dizzle. And Lamar Miller did pretty well for the Miami Dolphins. That's like the only bright spot, 113 yards on the ground, Dream.
Defense wasn't that bad because the Ravens technically, one of their touchdowns was a kickoff return.
Gotcha.
So you really only gave up. When you think about it, they only gave up.
Nothing, no touchdowns offensively.
Right. So the defense actually played pretty well.
Yeah, definitely. Well, hey, for once in their lives, man. But they get the job done, and anybody that took the spread, you lost. But if you moneylined or did that teaser that we were talking about yesterday, you cashed.
No doubt.
So let's see what else we had yesterday. A lot of people are talking about this team emerging in the AFC now all of a sudden. The Cincinnati Bengals.
I know all of a sudden. I've been talking about Cincinnati for a minute now.
You've been talking about them for a minute. I will give you props on that.
All right.
But a lot of the analysts, Dungy was out there yesterday, and a couple of other guys were talking about him and saying that the Cincinnati Bengals are the problem now.
Yeah, whatever the problem, I still don't trust them in the big spot though.
No.
Okay? Because let's keep it relative. You did just beat Cleve.
Cleve.
You know what I'm saying? So let's not go crazy here because you did lose your marquee games that you had to play. You weren't able to win your marquee games, and that's what Cincinnati we're talking about. But hey, they're definitely a good team. The thing that I hate is that Cincinnati was sitting here yesterday at that -9, and I did it the week before when I think they were -10 as well, and I was like, man. You know what? I should just take that. I should just take Cincinnati. Yeah. I shouldn't even be bothered with the teaser parlay and a bunch of teams, whatever, today. Cincinnati should kill the Browns. Just take them. But the 9 scared me off. I wanted to have some insurance and get rid of the 9. And sure enough, here they go again, and they just do their things. I hate when I do that. And I know a lot of you guys are out there probably shaking your head, too, because you looked at the game. You knew Cincinnati. We all should be saying that right now. Forget a lot of you guys. Everybody. We all looked at Cincinnati, knew they were dope. Knew that Cleveland was being stupid by starting the 3rd string guy because not that Manziel would have did much better because he would have probably lost too. Like, we knew that there was probably no way the Cleveland Browns were going to be in this game. Yet we didn't touch the Cincinnati Bengals because of their 9 points and because they were traveling.
You know what? And you have an interdivision matchup. That's what scared me off that game.
I know.
And sure enough, I mean, Cleve has gotten pounded by Cincinnati both times this year. So.
But the Browns are and the Browns are bad, and it's a lot more than their quarterback. It's not their only issue, by the way.
No.
Because the quarterback didn't give up 37 points.
So is this like their 10th coach in like 20 years? The Browns?
So they are a mess.
He's on his way out, too. He's gone. The Jesse the Body-looking guy, I don't know what.
Don't nobody want the job, though.
Gonna get a college coach to come up and make some noise, brother. Give it to one of these guys only to fail and go back down to college.
Cleve was at a point, I want to say 2 years ago, where they were right there about to maybe get sort of good. Yeah. And then they messed with that dynamic, and I don't know what happened.
Yeah, definitely not, man. So moving over to this, let's just take a look at, the Titans finally win a game and beat the Jacksonville Jags.
Marcus Mariota with an incredible run, a scramble at the end of that game. That wins that game.
A touchdown.
Yeah, it was an incredible scramble. It was just trying to get first he was just trying to get out of Dodge. Yeah. Then he was like, well, since I'm out of Dodge, let me try to get the first down. Then he was like, since I got the first down, let me try to get more. Then he was like, hey, wait a minute, I think I can get a touchdown.
I think I got it.
I think I got it.
I didn't think he had it, though.
I didn't think he had it either, but, dude, it was so funny the way it went down. I loved how he looked for his blockers, and they did a great job of helping him get in there. But, hey, good job by him on that part, and big ups to him. That was a good win for him. I know some people might have won against the Jags. I don't know why you would be involved in that game personally, but or went with the Jags. But big ups for him for pulling that game out. And they has had fireworks all that game.
He found a seam, bro.
Yes,
found a little seam there and made it work, man. So congratulations to the Tennessee Titans for finally catching their first win at home, Dream. They're 1-6 now at home.
Dope. Ready to get into the playoff mix.
Awesome. Can't wait. Not for nothing, but they're still alive in the division.
I know.
Especially after the Texans and the Colts going down yesterday, man. Moving over to this, let's see what else we had as far as the NFL games are concerned, as far as Monday morning quarterback. The 49ers.
There you go.
Shocked the world.
Shocked the world, but didn't shock people who have been watching him a little bit, only because they had been playing a little bit better. We watched them last week play against Arizona, and I wasn't really ready to give the charge on them. I thought the Bears would win the game, but I said the Bears had no business giving them points.
That you did.
But I thought the Bears would win the game, and I know the Bears thought they had won the game because
they did.
They had it in their defense. Just let Gabbert just get them, man. And this is what I mean about sloppy football and just, like, I'm telling you, these guys, the preparation on the athlete's part, I'm talking about before you get to the NFL too.
Yep.
You know, the preparation that you're getting coming out of college and the preparedness and the foundation and the fundamentals, I'm sorry, dude. I'm struggling. I don't think it's there. And I don't think it's there. And now by the time you get these cats to the NFL,
yep,
like these cats are not putting in what they're supposed to put in when they get to the NFL. Like, because they got money and they want to party and they want to hang out and everybody loves them. Don't get me wrong. There's a few guys, I'm sorry, but it makes the guys that are putting their 100 in, it makes them look bad. The majority of these guys, you cannot tell me they are not putting in their time like their predecessors before them. They are just not putting in their time, because you can see certain spots in these games and certain mistakes that these guys are making that they're just not prepared.
You know, there's one gentleman that I have to refer to that always gave it his all, and that was your boy Booty Ray. He always gave it.
Son, no doubt.
You know what I mean? So Ray always came out there for the
man,
Ravens.
Ray Lewis. I mean, and you know, I love paintball. Even though I got some issues with him, and we're gonna talk about that later. But you know, I love paintball. But when a guy prepares, you can tell. I mean, because like, they're not making the same mistakes that the other guys are making, because they're well prepared for the game. I mean, dude, it behooves you, you know, when you get to a certain level, like, if you want to get to that next level, you got to figure out what got the people to that level, and then you have to go and emulate or try to duplicate whatever it is that they did to get there.
Yes.
And a lot of that is putting the time in, putting the work in, getting in the film room, getting in the weight room, you know, looking over the film, studying, getting with the coordinators and the coaches, not just, you know, I need to go make a commercial. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I need to go meet, you know, Robin and Dream at the club. You know what I'm saying? Cats tell you, I need to get my boys out of here, always telling me how dope I am and taking my money, but not telling me that I played crappy. I mean, that's what these guys got to do, man.
I know. You're seeing it. You're seeing it time and time again, man. To just kind of take the foot off the gas. Just like my boy LeBron sitting out the other night at Miami. And now he's got, you know, a couple of days off. So I don't know. Rest.
LeBron's a different situation. I'm not going to put him in that category. And basketball is another different type of sport. LeBron, that just bothered me on another level. That was a whole different topic as far as I'm concerned, what he did.
Sticking to Monday morning quarterback here. So the 49ers emerge and are 4-8, Dream.
No doubt. And the Niners, by the way, are a little bit improved. And I wouldn't be surprised if they win another game or two.
Blaine Gabbert.
No
your
doubt.
Boy. The Broncos with Osweiler, kid. Osweiler's undefeated at the helm.
Son, Michael Irvin about 3 weeks ago. You guys know I like listening to Michael Irvin a lot. I'm a big ex-great athlete guy. I like hearing what the great athletes, ex-athletes, what most of them have to say, with the exception of Chris Carter, who I don't really care for. Okay. But I do like Michael Irvin a lot, even though Michael Irvin does sound like he may have gotten high before he gets here. When he calls in to the show here, he does sound like he could be in like a crack house. Oh my God, I have to throw a dig at Mike, but I do love Michael Irvin, but he does sound crazy when he's on. But anyway, Michael Irvin had said that you will not see Peyton Manning on the sideline with a baseball hat on and a clipboard. And I was like, That's Peyton's not that guy. You know, he'll be on the side. He was going to help out. He's a team guy. But, dude, since he said it, he hasn't been on that sideline. And I tried to say, okay, well, most of the guys are not on the sideline. But Andrew Luck last night with a hat on and a clipboard. So, you know, I love Peyton Manning to death, but I got to be honest with you. If you're too good, you know, like, because you can't play or you don't want to play and you can't travel with the team and you can't be involved now because you're not the quarterback, I got to turn my back on that. I think I'm not feeling that.
What do you think that's all about?
What I just said about Peyton being about Peyton.
I'm struggling with that.
I am too, dude, but the comment was made and I've watched it. And he hasn't been on the sidelines. And you know what? Even the game when they played the Patriots, he came out before the game. They show him shaking Brady's hand.
Yeah.
But he was never nowhere to be seen after that during the game. And I'm telling you, that's why I'm struggling with it. You know that's my guy.
That's your boy.
But, dude, I got to be honest with you. It looks like that is his stance. And, you know, somebody mentioned the fact that, you know, the Mannings think they're above the NFL because look at when Eli got drafted. He wasn't going to go to San Diego, you know, forced the card to go to New York. You know, there might be something to that.
Could be, brother. You might be onto something. We're gonna have to,
I didn't really like. That's the one thing
situation.
I thought about in that game. The Broncos played a decent game. It was San Diego.
Yes.
Osweiler, it's still quite a bit of a work in progress.
The
big Os is still quite a bit of a work in progress. You know, looks good at sometimes, but then real clumsy at others. I just don't really see the progression, and I think I really need to see to be comfortable with the Broncos going playoff bound. So hopefully Peyton can get himself dead right because I think they are going to need him.
Well, we've been talking about this situation as far as the playoff developments, as far as the AFC are concerned. And now that the Patriots have 2 losses, Dream, the Cincinnati Bengals are the number 1 seed in the AFC if it stopped today.
Patriots about to be playing wild card weekends.
They're going to be playing wild card weekend, bro.
And by the way, probably catching a loss if they don't get some people back because I know y'all think that Brady and Belichick can do it with nobodies, but guess what?
I don't know. You know, it's funny, too, that your boy Chip wanted to show up all of a sudden. Probably because you weren't plugging them. So the minute you got off the Chip bandwagon, all of a sudden they start winning games.
Son, so. I will not get on the Chip. I'm a rap with them. I don't care if they win every game from now till the end of the season. I'm done. After what they did on Thanksgiving, I am done with them.
I don't blame you.
Done.
I don't blame you. And the Philadelphia Eagles go in and shock the world.
And the Patriots really, I mean, offensively they weren't that great, but you know what killed them was special teams.
Special teams and the offensive line, Dream. You see how much Brady was sacked and hurried and just dropped and hit and all that. Brady was on his ass most of the game.
Yeah, he was, but I include that to not trust his receivers as well. A lot of those were some coverage sacks, not being able to get the ball out. He didn't have his outlet in Gronkowski. So, like I said, you guys can talk about that these guys played with nobodies. Yeah, they maybe not played with big names, but they at least played with the people that they played with. Yep. That they had a chemistry and a lot of practice and some time together to play with. So while you may say they're nobodies, you might want to fall back a little bit from that because yesterday he did have an opportunity to play with nobody and they lost.
He had 312 yards. This is Tom Brady. 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions with a passer rating of 71.4. Sam Bradford only had 120 yards through the air.
No doubt. And we couldn't find out where the Patriot fans been at anyway. I mean, we can't find. My thing with all of a sudden, crickets.
They're being a little. They're being.
Oh man, swag, where you at?
They're being a little quiet, man. A little quiet. But
where's the clown man at?
James White was the leading receiver for the New England Patriots at 115 yards with 10 receptions. So whoever got down with that as far as a fantasy sleeper, congratulations to you, man, because that 10 receptions is pretty good in a PPR league. So that's for sure, man. How'd you end up doing in fantasy yesterday?
I don't even know, dude. I didn't even check.
That's how involved you are in your
team.
I
was involved with gambling yesterday. I didn't have no time to be looking at. I was trying to get Teddy Bridge to do something, and I couldn't get him to do nothing other than look stupid.
Guys, we're live on Twitter right now at SBTV Nation and having a very, very good time with everybody that is on here.
My boy OJFB said that, because Luck knows he's going back. Listen, Dude, I don't know that Peyton's not going back as the starting quarterback for the Broncos, by the way. Osweiler, yeah, he's won, but it hasn't been solely on him while they're winning. So I don't necessarily know that they're not going to let Peyton get back in the cut again. And then Tiger Cinch has mentioned to me that, or Sin City Maverick also mentioned that that he's not a big fan of Kubiak. Now that you might have some. I'm sorry, Cash Action Bet said that you might have, something there. That okay. I don't think that him and Kubiak get along either. I do agree with that. But which puzzles me of why Elway would bring Kubiak in there. That whole triangle has me scratching my head.
I don't know. Got rid of John Fox.
It would seem like Elway and Peyton would get together and come up with the coach.
Maybe Peyton Ball doesn't have that much say over there after all.
Dude, after last season, no, you would think he would. He's only been bad this season. He was dope last year.
I know they were. He got a lot of scrutiny though for that Colts loss, man. Last year in the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
All right, Kansas City Chiefs, 34-20 over the Raiders, and I believe the Raiders are who we thought they were. Dream.
Listen, this is the ultimate. Right now, they my bailout team. Because the Chiefs saved the day from being ugly. All right? Big ups to them. They saved the day from being ugly. They didn't do it in impressive fashion till the end of the game. And don't mistake that final score because this game was very, very tight. And luckily enough, we had a turnover right when actually the Raiders were going in to go up.
Really?
Yeah, the Raiders turned the ball over on their way going in, and it turned the whole landscape of this game over. And then the Chiefs ended up getting another turnover, and then they went ham at that point. But this game was very tight. It was 20. I want to say it was 20-20 in the third quarter, and the Raiders were going in and gave up a touchdown, and a lot of missed extra points in this game.
Well, the Raiders were actually up 6 going into the fourth quarter, Dream, and then the Chiefs scored 20 points, unanswered points in the fourth quarter to win the game and win by 14 points, bro.
That's what it must have been. They were up 6, and they were going in to score again.
Unbelievable.
And the Chiefs picked them off and got the score tied, and then went ham from there. But it was not as pretty as it looks. But hey, listen, they bailed your boy out, and they covered the spread, so whatever.
Whatever, man. Exactly. So,
and by the way, the Chiefs guys, I've been talking about. There's 3 teams that I've been watching. Cincinnati Bengals. Well, first of all, I love the Arizona Cardinals. Yep. Obviously, they're all the good teams, but
yes.
Arizona Cardinals. But I've been keeping an eye on the Cincinnati Bengals. I've been keeping an eye on the Kansas City Chiefs and the Seattle Seahawks. The Chiefs and the Seahawks are very serious. And there's one more team that I have to add to this. That's another wild card that I think is a very, very serious issue right now.
What do you think of wild card weekend? The Chiefs coming into New England. How would that pan out, brother? New England probably gonna be giving 7.5 to 8 to 9 points, something like that, and maybe the Kansas City Chiefs shock the world.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a shock the world though if New England doesn't get anybody back healthy. If they don't get Gronk back in there and everything keeps looking like it's looking. New England got a little rough. We're about to find out how good a Coach Belichick, how good that system really is now.
All right, sounds good. And Sunday Night Football, we had the Colts get smoked by the Pittsburgh Steelers, man.
Dude, the Pittsburgh Steelers offense
sick
is stupid scary.
To a certain extent.
No, dude, it's scary.
I'll let you go.
Let me pull back a little bit because it was the Colts. You're right. Let me just pull back a little bit. They did play the Colts. But you got to start recognizing, dude, the clips of these long passes that they're throwing to Brown and the other 2 guys.
Yep.
Dude, it's like stupid. It's like Ben just cocks his arm back and throws the ball as far as he can throw.
Ben is an excellent play action quarterback as well. Just the fake handoffs and then the deep ball and stuff like that. And what's up with Tomlin going for 2 early in the games, man?
Because their kicker missed the extra point.
Yeah.
So he's probably like, I'm gonna rap with this dude.
They have been so successful. They have been very successful going for 2 like in the first half.
Right.
It seems like every week they're doing it. It's like 18-10 or they got 8 points or whatever. It always just seems like that. And, I guess I can understand it when you do it that early in the game. The defenses probably aren't prepared for it until now that they've been doing it, a couple of weeks now. But it seems like you're more successful doing it earlier in the games, Dream.
Son, I mean, except for the exception of, I mean, all right, they only put up 13 against the Chiefs. They put up 10 against the Bengals, all right?
Yeah.
But 38 on the Raiders. I mean, 30 on the Browns.
Yeah.
But the most impressive one to me was 30 on the Seahawks. And the Seahawks, basically, Sherman did shut down Antonio Brown.
Sure.
So, I'll give him that. But, I mean, his team, they are really offensively, putting up some numbers.
Of course. I mean, when you look at Big Ben's numbers yesterday, they were really, really impressive. He had 24 for 39, 364 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, with a passer rating of 126.4. That's one of the top. One of the top. I'm just going to leave it at that. So, you know what? For me, Big Ben, I mean, hey, he's still kind of mobile out there, man. Still running the ball. Doing his thing.
I don't really understand his injury. Like, he was out for the season 3 weeks ago, then he came in the game.
Yeah. I don't know, man. He knows this is a big guy that knows how to move around in the pocket and find open receivers, man. And you know something? I do agree with you to a certain extent. I think they are a touch dangerous, Dream.
They are. And you know what else about that? Well, the other thing about the game was it took me forever to get to over, by the way, too, though. Even with all that offense. Because the Colts just, every time the Colts were in, like range to get a score, they wanted to do something stupid. I was like, come on. I thought I was going to get caught out in this game because it was at 38, and it looked like I was going to just stay there.
I know, definitely.
Oh.
So moving on to the last game that we want to talk about, and that is, you already know what the last game is. Killer Cam stays undefeated, brother, and wins the game in the Superdome. Beats the New Orleans Saints 41-38 in stomach ache fashion, brother.
I am telling you. He gave up. Cats going ham with this game. The Saints stink.
The Saints do stink.
They've been a bad team all season. You let the Saints have 38 points, that defense?
I don't know what happened to them defensively yesterday because they were the number 2 defense in all of the league going into yesterday's game. So I don't know what happened to them, brother.
Son, they better figure out what happened to them because my thing is the Saints should not have gotten. And I know the Saints were home or whatever. The Saints should not have gotten. Look, the Buccaneers gave the Saints 19 points.
Yep.
The Cardinals gave the Saints 19 points. The Eagles, the Saints only got 17 points against the Eagles. All right? The Redskins held the Saints to 14 points. The Texans held the Saints to 6 points.
Got it.
Panthers gave the Saints 38 points.
38 points, man. I don't know. I mean, I looked at it yesterday, and I looked at how bad the New Orleans Saints defense is. So I went and got a piece of Olsen and Cam on my fantasy team yesterday and did pretty damn well with it, Dream. So a win is a win, man. It's called winning.
No doubt. Definitely. It's called winning. I love it. And I'm happy for you that you got your win, but I'm just going to tell you this, and I've said it, and I know you guys know I don't like them. You're right. I don't like Carolina. It's not that I don't like Carolina. It's that I don't think that they are good as they are projecting. And I am telling you that this Carolina Panther team, and I know you're going to say they already beat them, they're going to see a team like the Seattle Seahawks in the playoffs, and you're going to be very surprised with the outcome.
All right. Well, that does it for Monday Morning Quarterback, man.
And I have to mention the Seahawks again. I do have to mention this because I did talk to you about this before. I don't know if the Seahawks, and I hate saying this because obviously you don't want to make too much of it, but I won't say I won't say better because Jimmy Graham is off. Just because Jimmy Graham's not in, and maybe that Russell Wilson doesn't feel the need to try to get him the ball, might make the situation here a little bit more relaxed. It might make their offense a little more fluid. I don't know, but, they didn't have any general offensive woes last week or this week. So just keep an eye on that. Maybe him going down, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe in a way it's kind of made them a little bit better.
Russ Wilson did look a little bit better yesterday.
I know. That's what I'm trying to say.
I want to say a lot better. He was definitely making some better decisions and moving around and doing his thing, and kind of looked a little tough to defend out there, man.
And like I said, sometimes it's that I've always said sometimes guys get caught up with trying to get the ball to that guy, and I saw this happen sometimes in Dallas, trying to get Dez the ball, and sometimes you're making that bad throw and putting him in a bad situation, but you remove that dynamic and now you can get back to, now you don't feel obligated to anybody. You just get the ball to the open guy or do what you got to do. And sometimes it may make things a little bit better, even though I did think also that Jimmy Graham and Russell Wilson were developing a chemistry right when he went down. So there's two sides to that, but they definitely look like they found some offense, which is what they highly needed.
Well, you look at their schedule moving forward. Remember, I talked about it being, relatively easy moving forward. They do have to go to Arizona at the end, but Arizona's probably going to have that division wrapped up by then. So don't be surprised if they're actually sitting some players for this particular game versus the Seattle Seahawks. But when you look at the Seahawks schedule moving forward, they got to go to the Baltimore Ravens with no Flacco. Then they've got Cleveland Browns at home. They've got the St. Lucia Rams at home. You want to talk about revenge spot there, Dream.
No doubt.
Then you got to go to the Arizona Cardinals, and it may be the team that is sitting a bunch of players, because I believe that if the Arizona Cardinals win the next game, they clinch the division. And I think there's a lot of divisions next week that are actually going to be you're going to see a lot of game situations where they can clinch the divisions. Most of the teams that are 3 games up, because there's only 4 games left, guys.
Yep.
So all they got to do is win one more, and I believe that's the case for several divisions. I know Carolina's already secured theirs. I want to say that the Patriots have already secured theirs, if I'm not mistaken, because they already beat the Jets and Buffalo. So, I mean, there's quite a bit of divisions where next week a win gets you into playoffs, brother. So Arizona might be sitting players, so you might see Seattle win the next 4 games. And if that's the case, they would have, they would end the season 11-5, brother. And I think that's good enough to get you in the NFC playoffs. I think we'll be in pretty good shape there, brother. So, Jerry, we got a little game tonight.
No doubt.
We got a little game tonight, and we got to have a conversation about it because it is the NFC East, and we all know that the Dream is absolutely in love with the NFC East this year. So,
no doubt.
Without further ado, let's have a conversation about it. We got the Dallas Cowboys, a 4-point underdog coming into Kissing Cousins' town, and the Washington Redskins. And the Washington Redskins, the under-over is 42 points in this particular game. Dallas has no quarterback, Dream.
Of course. No, they got one.
What is going to go on in this particular game? Something's bothering me that the Redskins are only given 4 in this situation.
Yeah, there's the ugly 4 number that we don't like, so you buy it down 2 points to be safe and take it at 2.5. If you want to be greedy, then take it down to 3. Maybe you get the push instead of the win. But I honestly don't think that the game's going to be an issue for the Redskins. I see the Redskins winning the game probably by 10 points. Redskins play decent. The Redskins, though, do have to play a full 4 quarters of football and not die out at the end like they did last week against the Giants. But I don't see Dallas being at all successful against this Redskin team. The Redskins, a lot of energy at home. They'll be fired up tonight. They know what they're doing. Kissing Cousins is feeling himself a little bit. They get a little bit of the run game going. They got a little bit of the downfield with Deshaun Jackson going. They're just an ugly, scary kind of team. Yeah. They win real ugly. They always will hover around, but we'll see them in a different dynamic in this game, as they should not be hovering around. They should take the rein by the horn, take the horn by the reins in this game and, go out there and take it to the Cowboys.
When I look at this, though, I'm waiting for that Dallas defense to show up, because they're number 6 in all of the NFL defensively.
No, they've showed up, bro. But the thing is like I said, when you're out on the field for the amount of time that they're out in the field for, you're bound to, you're going to give up something.
Well, we saw the same situation, not to bounce around, but we saw the same situation with the Florida-Alabama game.
Right.
Where the defense, you have a spectacular defense that just, once you're on the field for too long, you just wear out. And, you're constantly trying to move forward and move an offensive lineman forward to kind of, obviously make the tackle, get at the quarterback, whatever. So I see a similar situation here. the Dallas Cowboys, the key to victory in this particular game, they're going to have to do clock control, man. They're going to have to keep the Redskins offense off the field and try to stay in this game defensively.
Yeah, I don't think that they're capable of that because for starters, like, I don't believe that like they can't sell you on one thing that they're going to be able to do. Like they're not going to be able to sell the Redskins defense that they can throw the ball, and they're not going to be able to sell the Redskins defense that they can run the ball.
Sure.
So the Redskins defense is probably going to dictate to them what their offense is going to do.
Yeah.
Because nobody's afraid of Matt Castle. I don't even know. Are they using Castle for the quarterback?
Well, they got Castle and who else they got over there? Let's just take a look at the Dallas Cowboys roster right now as far as quarterbacks are concerned, because I know it's been a little bit all over the place recently. I mean, you got Whedon over there. Hold on one second. Let's take a look at their roster here and see what we got as far as Dallas Cowboys quarterback position. Looking at it, wow, it's just a mile long here. Why can't I find it, brother? You're going to have Matt Castle in there.
Yeah.
So we'll see what ends up going on with that. I mean, hey, I don't know if I'd get involved in this game. If anything, Dream, I'm kind of banking on the Dallas defense to show up just a touch. I think this game will be kind of like a 9-7 going into the half, something like that, a low-scoring affair, only to see the Redskins emerge towards the end of the game and win the game maybe with a field goal at the end or something like that. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game tonight, brother.
For some reason, though, the Redskins aren't really involved in a lot of low-scoring games as I can remember.
Yeah.
I don't think it's actually going to – what's the over and under number?
42 points, brother.
You know what? I don't think it's going to be low-scoring. I don't know why. I'm not telling you to take the over, guys. I just don't really necessarily think it's going to be low-scoring because the Redskins play that – it's like a crazy type of game they seem to always be involved in.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of turnovers will get thrown in. You know, let's look. What are they averaging for points? Redskins are averaging 21.9. That's it. Dallas is 18. Okay, I don't know. Maybe Redskins are giving up 24.3. I don't know. Maybe it will be a low-scoring game. I just, for some reason, I always see the Redskins like the Carolina game. You know, where they give up 44. To Saints, they give up 4. They put up 47. They put up 31 against Tampa Bay. I don't know. I just like the Redskins to win. I don't know about the total.
I see a low-scoring affair here.
I don't know about the total.
All right, man. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm leaning towards the total as an under game, and you're leaning towards the Redskins to win the game.
Yeah, just the Redskins to win the game. No, I can't go over and under in this. I don't know. You might be right with the under, so I'm not going to say that you're not either.
All right, guys. So, so that's pretty much our opinion on that one. And Dream, we're already like almost at 10 o'clock here.
I know that.
Show definitely flew by with Monday Morning Quarterback, man. So
Monday Morning Quarterback's fun, son. It's always great to talk about these teams and talk about what happened, over the course of the weekend. So it's definitely a good time.
Absolutely. So let's go over to we got a couple of other things going on here. We got the NBA popping. And, bro, you want to talk about a stomachache last night? I was texting you with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Oh,
when you're two guys, that's me and you. They're like SBTV Nation.
and Dizzle's Ibaka.
Say what?
Dizzle's Serge Ibaka.
Oh.
I'll be Kevin Durant. You be Russ Westbrook, and Dizzle's Serge Ibaka.
Oh my God!
Looking at this particular, So anyway, I've got the Oklahoma City Thunder just to win the game, and you know what? They're up.
Dizzle is Perkins. Remember when Perkins played? The Big Perk would come out. Cats was like, "Yo, get him out."
That's funny, man.
Put it back to the bench.
That is funny. Wow.
Oh my God.
So anyway, I
know OJFB is somewhere in the corner in stitches right now.
I ended up making that work, and what a stomach ache. They were up, I want to say 13 points going into the fourth quarter. All of a sudden, I look at it, and the Kings have a 6-point lead, I want to say it was like 3 or 4 minutes left, man. I was flipping out last night, man. Sure enough, that's what I get, I guess, for getting involved in NBA during NFL Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Because, who knows? They might be cheering for their favorite teams at halftime, too. So when you look at this particular card tonight, I mean, Charlotte's been pretty bad, Dream, with the with their loss of Al Jefferson there. So I don't know if I'm going to get involved in the Charlotte Hornets, but I do see the Spurs going into the Philadelphia 76ers giving 13.5, man.
That's always solid.
Yeah, well, this might be a game, though, that Pop starts sitting people.
Yeah, you could check that out. Definitely have to check the dynamics of that out before the game kicks off. Take a look at that and be careful there in that situation.
I see your Miami Heat playing the Washington Wizards giving 8.5. This Wizards team is not bad, though, Dream.
And neither is the Heat.
I completely agree with you on that. I just think that 8.5 might be a lot of points for them to be given.
Yeah, 8.5 could be a lot. I haven't really. I know the Heat just won their big game, obviously against the Cavs, which wasn't big because LeBron didn't play, so they're probably a little bit agitated. The only thing with the Heat is obviously make sure that Dwayne Wade is in the lineup, as he's been Dwayne Wade's been a big part of their offense. I mean, he's always been a part of their offense, but they've been really using him to the fullest capacity, as far as I'm concerned, which they haven't in years past, but it's obviously going to put some wear and tear on his body and his legs, so make sure that he is in the lineup tonight in this particular matchup. As far as the 8's concerned, I don't like it. As far as this game's concerned, I really don't like it. I don't know why, but I don't have any feel on it, so I would get away from it.
You don't need to like it. Because there's 100,000 games going on, especially with bowl season starting, Dream.
Yeah, no, I know.
Bowl season's going to be coming. So, hey, guys, you know what I always say, and I say it, I preach it. Sometimes the best game you played was the best game. Well, how can I say this properly here? The best one that you ever did was the one that you didn't play. Because sometimes, you know what? Hey, you could be sitting there and you could love a game, and if you stay away from it, it ends up bombing sometimes. So, hey, sometimes you just got to kind of overlook some of the stuff. Maybe take a day off, you know? So looking at this, I'm looking at the Knickerbockers hosting the Dallas Mavs tonight, Dream. Dallas minus 1.5 with an under-over of 197.5. You know what? The New York Knickerbockers are 10-11, 5-6 at home, and I think this is going to be a very tight game, brother.
I do, too. I would stay away from that game. There's two games that I actually like against the spreads. The first game, I like the New Orleans Pelicans against the Celtics. Please make sure that Anthony Davis is playing, though.
Yes.
I don't think that he will be out, but just in case, make sure he's playing. I like the Pelicans tonight against the Sixers. They're only giving 1 point, which I think is great.
Yep.
So keep an eye on that, and you might even want to, even though I want you to make sure he's playing, but if you put it in now, then you won't know. So you got to wait, I guess. Make sure he's playing. I don't put it in without knowing that he's playing. So if it goes up another 2 points, whatever. Which I think if it goes to at least 3, you're still good. Anything over 3, then with a grain of salt. But anything. And the other game I like is I like the Bulls against the Suns.
Like the Bulls against the Suns.
I like the Bulls against the Suns. The Bulls, I believe, Vegas has at -6.
Yes.
Bulls, I believe, are at -6. You know, I don't really mind if you guys money line parlay these two together in case the Pelican line goes up a little bit. I just think that the Pelicans are going to start playing a little bit better, especially off of the win against Cleveland, maybe gave them a little momentum, and they're finally going to find themselves. I know the Celtics do play hard, but the Pelicans, in my opinion, are slightly a better team than the Celtics are. So I would like to see the Pelicans get a game against the Celtics one here at home tonight. I think the Pelicans can win this game.
Yeah, I think the Pelicans are probably the best worst team.
Yeah.
Right now. So, I mean, if you're getting involved in futures or whatever, now might be the time to get involved with them because I think this team is a lot better than their record. I think they just kind of, and
that's why I like them.
Really bad, man. So, yeah, and they did beat Cleveland the other night, and my boy was exerting a lot of energy in that particular game. So, all right, Dream, moving over to the ice. Let's take a look at the ice real quick. We're talking about hockey right now and see what we got. We got 1, 2, 3 games on the ticket, and I don't really see anything that I'm excited about.
No, I don't like it at all. I have a very small lean towards Smashville, and it's very small, but I wouldn't get involved in it tonight. I think tonight's just a night to watch.
Yes, definitely. Just watch a little bit of Monday Night Football materialize. And as far as the college basketball, there's not really a lot there either.
Good, because I've been I have not given college basketball any attention. Sorry, guys, just haven't been there yet. It'll get there. I'll get on it. And I know you guys are all over it. I mean, there's a plethora of games tonight.
Yes. Yeah, there's Oklahoma's coming into Villanova.
I just saw that. Yeah, what's that? Let me look at what that spread
Villanova is. -3.5.
Ooh, I don't know how you don't like the Vill.
Oklahoma's pretty good this year.
I don't care. I don't know how you don't like the Vill -3.5 in their crib. I don't care how good Oklahoma is. The Vill, not in their crib.
No?
No.
giving it 3.5?
No. I never give no points. You know that.
Well, you gotta look at Oklahoma's schedule.
Yeah, no, you gotta look at Oklahoma's schedule. I know Oklahoma didn't they just win a big game?
Yeah, they beat Central Arkansas.
Okay, that was a huge game for them.
They beat up on Wisconsin, who's been pretty bad this year. They beat up on Incarnate Word, McNeese State, and Memphis.
Oh, so they didn't play a bunch of nobodies. That's why even more reason now why I like the Phil, because Oklahoma been just bullying the bums. They've been a bum bully.
Yes. So you feel Villanova.
Kind of, but that's right off the top of my head. I haven't really been, I can't give that out to you guys in any confidence because I haven't really been doing a college basketball. Here and there, getting a look. Obviously, I follow Duke because that's my team, but I really don't know a lot of the landscape yet with college basketball. I'm not up to speed, so please don't follow that. Go out and take a look at it yourself. If you like it yourself and are on it, I mean, obviously, the Villanova is a good team and they're playing home, and usually Villanova's spreads are a lot bigger than that, so I would think that they weren't be too challenged. I mean, it should be a good game, but I don't know. I've seen a little bit of Villanova. I mean, to me, they're as good as any of the top 5 teams in the country. So they should be able to win this game.
All right, sounds good. And I have to apologize to everybody on Saturday. I missed the fact of talking to you about Yale, and Yale got the job done at home, won by 16 points, brother. Pissed at myself, but sorry about that, guys. Hey, just send me a note on Twitter. I mean, listen. There's so many games. It was college football madness on Saturday for me, so, I forgot to talk about it. I apologize about that. But, hey, it is what it is, Dream. What are you going to do? They actually won by 18 points.
Definitely,
in that particular matchup. So that's going to do it for the show, man. We already zipped through an hour here, bro.
Yes, sir, and it was a nice hour, a lot of fun, very energetic, and we had a good time with it. Guys, like I said, as far as those leans are concerned, be very careful this evening. But I do like the Washington Redskins to win the game. That I do like. I still haven't figured out how I'm going to do it. Maybe I'll put something together and hit you guys up a little bit later in the show. Later in the day, in the show. And guys, this time, I'm sorry, it's like hectic because I know I got some DMs in there. Some people I've gotten back to. Some people I haven't gotten back to. Yep. Listen, it's hectic. Hectic in the house right now. Christmas is here. Decorating the house. Wife's got me out shopping. Yep. Secret Santa type stuff. Parties, Christmas parties. All over the place, so I'm trying to work with you. So just understand I got real life going on, as I'm sure so do you, so do all of you. So just in case I haven't got back, it's not that I'm dissing you or I don't care about you or I ain't feeling you no more. It's nothing like that. It's just I haven't gotten back to you. That's all.
I hear you.
All right.
Totally hear you. All right, man. So that's gonna do it.
I want to thank everybody that's out there retweeting the show. We got Faz Lane, TGV Sports, Picks. We got the King of Spades out there, KMVU, JDH24, JC, Joseph Del Rosario, Total Sports Edges in the house. Philly Picks, what's up, Playboy? Long Woo is out there, Chris Dose, my boy Nick Orestes. Hope everything's going well with you, brother, as you continue that fight on, and you shall overcome. C. Rodriguez Jr., Vegas Girl 92661. What's happening, baby girl? INT's out there, my boy Nicholas J. Always in the house. What's going on? The ever-present Jim Roman's a douche doing his thing out there this morning. G Rose, the pick. Larry Lawson, my boy Irvin. What's up, Irv? Irv got the big win. Michigan State, he took Saturday night. Big ups to you on that. As I had no confidence in them, but big ups to you on that. One more shout out to my man Scott Weaver about what he did with his Clemson team on Saturday, and he posted his numbers, put his stuff out there for everybody to see, to let you know that he's a real G. So big ups to him for doing that. Benjamin Rose out there, Derry Bashard, Jeff Ryan, Direct Sports Solution. We love them, the good people out there who hooked us up with the Houston connection. Yes, KCOH 1230 Ralph Cooper, that I had to go dolo because my boy was... I
had the same thing that Kobe Kobe has. Kobe Kobe has an illness too.
Oh, you Kobe Kobe and LeBron got the same thing.
No, you know what? I'm looking at LeBron here. It says that he wasn't thrilled about sitting out Saturday.
I don't stop. Oh, they need to stop.
That was what
I'm not buying that for 1 second.
It says I wasn't thrilled in quotation.
All right, LeBron. All right, take your talents back to your house. Yes. Angelo Nunes is in the house. My boy OJFB, what's good? AB Lent, MC Money, Sin City Mavericks out there, Sir Mata, J Cass, Rick Lopez. What's going on, Slick Rick? Y'all ready to get rid of Rivers yet? Slick Rick loves the West Coast.
Rivers.
His boy Rivers. Marley Marr is out there, the incredible one. What's happening, Playboy? Pete for Prez, Jason Riley, Super Sports Locks, and Snoopy Bets, just to name a few. Always a shout out to Average Joe Punter, Papa Smurf, and just some of the faithful. Just want to send you guys some love and shout out. I haven't mentioned my boy in a long time. Also, the kid Picks, he's out there too, as we keep our conversation ongoing. Guys, as always, I'm the Dream. Always remember who you're with. Make the most of each and every day, as you cannot get this time back.
All right, sounds good, guys. And we are the SBTV Nation, flying high and having an absolute ball. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about a little college football, man, since we got the lines have come out for the respective playoff games, and looking forward to the Orange Bowl and rocking and rolling New Year's Eve, Dream. I think we might have to get together for that.
Son.
Yes.
Clown Man Swag sighting.
Oh, he's out there.
Clown Man Swag sighting. Yeah, no doubt. Got the Brady and everything's back up again.
My boy. All right, sounds good.
Disappeared, fell off the map for me.
We love you to death. Go out there, go easy, do your own homework, get involved in all your own plays, make all your dreams a damn reality, and get that money. Let's go.